Hi guys, my name is Salsabila Fitri Ramadhani with ID number A121222158. So, I will briefly revisit the challenge report of interviews that my friend and I conducted. So, 2 weeks ago, we interviewed a teacher at Junior High School Empat Palu, and last week we revisited the interview we had conducted with the resource person the previous week. In this session, our roles were reversed, with my friend acting as the interviewer while I assumed the role of the teacher. So I will convey the questions my friend posed during this practice session in the report today. For the first question, the interviewer asked how I made students more creative in the classroom. So I gave the same answer that the interviewee had given 2 weeks ago, which was to sing and learn vocabulary. So I took one action. I took a glass of water and drank it. Then I asked the students what I had done, and the answer they gave me were converted into English. With this, the students' vocabulary increased little by little. The second question was about the strategy I was going to implement to enhance students' involvement in that school year. So, I replied that the strategy I was going to implement was letting students learn the way they wanted, as long as that way is justified. By assigning one report, we could teach our students independence. So around our school, there were a canteen and a library. I let them choose whether to go to the canteen or library to conduct an interview. So I allowed our students to explore. Okay, next, the third question that has been given regarding field visits, what I have done to attract students' interest in learning. Then I replied that the field visits I made were to take students to historical places, such as Provincial Museum, to see and study the objects that would be relevant to learning the Indonesian language. In this case, it had to do with the word or terms history, especially the history of Indonesia. The last question asked what strategies I taught the students to understand the material I gave. I mentioned that there were many strategies that I used, but I will only explain 3 important ones. The first was to be humorous and not rigid, in the sense that I didn't put too much pressure on the students and gave a little joke, but not too much. And the second was that I explained it without being too wordy. And the third was to give assessments to measure the extent to which the students' level of material was taught and their level of capture and mastery. Okay, from the interviews that my friend and I have done, I feel that being a teacher is not easy because it involves a lot of responsibility and challenges. Transmitting knowledge to students is not only about transferring information, but also about guiding them to develop holistically. In the evolving world of education, being a teacher also means being ready to learn and adapt to new developments in teaching methods and educational technology. Although challenging, the role of a teacher has a major impact on the development and future of the generation of students. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you and bye-bye.